Hello everyone, welcome to Mallaradi Memorial Digital Classroom. Today we are going to learn about the first unit, family. The common theme of this unit is family. In this unit we have a reading The Tattered Blanket, B reading My Mother, a poem, and C reading Letter to a Friend. Please observe the picture given in the style sheet. Yes, what you see in the picture, you see the members of a family are very happy and joyous. There is a grandfather, grandmother, there are children, father, mother, all together make a family. So this is the topic that we are going to learn today. Let us have a quick glance at today's agenda. We have keyword recitation in the initial stage, secondly picture interaction, and finally concept learning. Let us look at the keywords of today. The first word is armchair. Look at the picture. In some of your houses there may be an armchair which is used by our grandparents. The second word, tattered, which means torn. Next word is futile, which means unsuccessful. Huddle up, crouch or sit somewhere, sit on the ground, sit on the floor. Reluctantly, unwillingly. Peered, to look carefully. Grating voice, unpleasant voice. Grating voice is nothing but unpleasant voice. Awkwardly, in a worried or unpleasant way. Sometimes our behavior seems to be awkward. Awkwardly means in a worried or unpleasant way. Let us get back to the unit. The common theme of this unit is family. We are going to learn something about family relation. Look at the picture and answer the questions that follow. What do you observe in the pictures? In the first picture, you can find a father, mother, and a son and a daughter. What do you see in the second picture? In the second picture, you observe father, mother, brother, brother's wife, children, grandfather, grandmother, and a lot more members of a family. What is the difference between these two pictures? In the first picture we see a small family, and in the second picture we see a large family. At the present scenario, what do you observe? Do you observe large families or small families? Yes, commonly we find small families. Which family do you like? Yes, some of you may like small families, some of you may like large family. Or joint family, it's also known as joint family. Let us see why the number of joint families are decreasing in the present scenario. First, let us look at the advantages and disadvantages of joint family and as well as small family. In a small family, members of the family will be very limited. Sharing of thoughts, sharing of ideas, sharing of feelings will be limited. Whereas in a joint family, there are many members. You can share your feelings with many. You can play with many children. You can contact, you can communicate with many. The present days, number of small families are increasing. There may be various reasons. One reason can be a son may be working in some other place apart from the native village. So what happens? They cannot take all the family members there and they just live with their small family. Employment, seeking employment other than the village areas mainly creates small families. Many people go abroad for jobs, many people move to cities for job. This is the main reason. I hope that you like, as children, you like joint family because you have plenty of members there to share your feelings. Do you think that small families are happy families? I don't say that small families entirely wrong and there will be no happiness found in small families. Both families have its own merits and demerits. So to the forthcoming class, we are going to have a debate on small families are happy families. The preposition for the debate is small families are happy family. Let us look at the air reading. The air reading of this unit is the tattered blanket. We have already learned the meaning of the word tattered. Tattered means torn or which has holes in it. Blanket, everyone knows we use a blanket during the winter season to protect ourselves from the cold. The title of the lesson is Tattered Blanket. See, when you look at the title of the lesson, don't take the word the word meaning as it is. It will have a literary meaning hidden in it that you will come to know at the end of the session. Once you go through the lesson, you will understand how far the title is apt or suitable. The author of this lesson is Kamala Das, born in 1932 and died in 2009. She is a daughter of a famous Malayalam poet Balamani Amma and V.M. Nair. She is an internationally known poet, short story writer and novelist who writes effortlessly both in English and Malayalam. Kamala Das writes both in English and Malayalam. She has received many awards for her literary work. Some of them are Asian Poetry Prize, Kent Award for English Writing from Asian countries, Asian World Prize, Sahitya Akademi Award and Vailar Ramavarma Sahitya Award. Okay, this is all about the author. The author of this lesson, Tattered Blanket, is Kamala Das, daughter of famous Malayalam poet Balamani Amma, and she is a famous writer. She writes both in Malayalam and English. Let us come back to the lesson. When I read, please look at the text. When he arrived unexpectedly at his home in the countryside in his office car and got down at the gate, his mother, who was lying in an armchair on the veranda, made a futile attempt to get up. So a person arrived unexpectedly at his home. A person arrived unexpectedly at his home in the countryside. Countryside is nothing but a village area. In his office car, he has come in his office car and got down at the gate. He stopped the car at the gate and just he was walking towards his house. His mother, who was lying in an armchair, mother is a bit old lady, she was lying in an armchair, huddled up on the tinna on the veranda. Sorry, I come again. His mother, who was lying in an armchair on the veranda, made a futile attempt to get up. She was resting on the armchair. She made a futile attempt. Futile means unsuccessful attempt to get up. Unsuccessful attempt to get up from the chair. As she is old, she doesn't want to get up from the chair, or she is unable to get up from the chair, or she found the chair comfortable for her. Kamala, there is somebody at the gate, she said. Somebody is in the car. Mother said to her daughter, Kamala, there is somebody at the gate. Somebody is in the car. Mother couldn't see properly who was walking towards her. She just told her daughter, Kamala, there is somebody at the gate. Who is the daughter? Kamala is the daughter. Somebody is in the car. Kamala, her eldest daughter, a widow, who was sitting huddled up on the tinna on the veranda, her head and ears covered with a thin bath towel, got up reluctantly, walked slowly to the gate, and screwing up her eyes, peered into the darkness. Kamala is the eldest daughter of the old woman. She is a widow. Who is a widow? A woman who lost her husband is known as widow, who doesn't have her husband alive. So Kamala is a widow. She was just sitting huddled up on tinna. Huddled up, already we have learned the meaning of the word huddled up, means crouch or sit down on the tinna. Tinna is nothing but a raised platform on the veranda. She was sitting on tinna on the veranda. Her head was covered with a bath towel. You can look at the picture. Her head is covered with a bath towel. Got up reluctantly. Got up reluctantly. Look at the word reluctantly. Reluctantly means unwillingly. Walked slowly to the gate. And screwing up her eyes, she was just keenly observing what is going on, who is coming. Just opened her eyes a little wider and peered into the darkness. Peered means looked. This is the beginning part of the story, the description of the setting as well as the people of the story, The Tattered Blanket. In this story, we are going to learn how it is connected with the theme family. We have learned about three characters. One is the mother, the eldest daughter, and a person comes through the gate. These are three characters we have learned. Characterization is done here. So next we should move to the plot. Before moving to the plot, let us recapitulate what we have learned today. We have learned about the topic family. We have observed the picture where you could find small family and joint family. We have had a brief description of a small family and joint family, advantages of it and disadvantages of it. Why are small families rising up in the cities especially, we have learned. And we also have learned that a large family or a joint family is always suitable for kids to have social bonding. Nowadays we can observe that people migrate from villages to cities in search of jobs. Some of them even go abroad. During their busy schedule, they even fail to talk to students or fail to talk to children of their own. Father and mother goes in the morning to the office and comes back in the evening. Children go to school. When they come back, they will be in a hurry. Parents will be in a hurry to do the household works, to complete the cooking and rest of things. They will spend least time with the children. They will find least time with the children. Whereas in a joint family, what happens? As there are many members, one or other member will be there to take care of the children. Children will have social movement and social bonding. However, if these jobs are provided in the villages, or if people can find their own self-employment in the villages, they can live happily in a joint family there with a mutual understanding. Let's come back to the lesson Tattered Blanket. We had an introduction to the story Tattered Blanket. Characters were revealed, a brief description of the setting is also mentioned. Setting is nothing but the location. Location is a countryside, a house in a countryside with a tree in the yard. Okay, Kamala has got up unwillingly, reluctantly, and walked slowly to the gate and looked at the gate who is entering. Okay, that's all for today. Let us learn the rest of things detailedly. Let us enter into the plot of the story in the forthcoming class. Thank you.